Welcome to Sustainable Packaging with Corey Connor. Today's guest is Mr. Terrill Haigler, Ya Fav Trash Man. How are you, Terrill?
I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Oh man, it was awesome that we got to meet at Waste Expo a few months ago. And this is it's an exciting time in the world of recycling and garbage and all of these things because so many positive changes are coming through. I was really happy to have you on the show. Can you tell us about your background a little bit?
Sure. I'm born and raised in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, right by Temple's campus. Grew up a normal kid doing a bunch of things. One of the things my mom had me really into is tennis. And then the other thing was dance. So I actually was like a dancer. So I did plays, I did musicals, and I went to a creative and performing arts high school.
Oh, wow.
Graduated '07 as a dance major, went to college, did a year, started dancing professionally, doing shows, and then just kind of like the everyday person, just trying to figure life out, figure my purpose out. Had my first daughter at 22. Couldn't do the gig life with a child, so started trying to find W-2 jobs and benefits.
I hear
So
that.
between 2000, between 22, from the age of 22 to 30, I had about 19 different jobs.
Wow.
Yeah.
I commend you for that because it's important to try new things, I always say. So well
Yeah.
done.
Yeah. And then I started being a sanitation worker for the city of Philadelphia in 2019. And, March 13th, 2020, the whole world shifted and I became an essential worker and didn't even know.
Very true.
It was so bad here in Philly that I had to do something and communicate and just let off some steam. So I started an Instagram, hence Ya Fav Trash Man. And that was 2 years ago on June 17th. And since then, I've been recognized nationally, been invited to the White House, Kelly Clarkson Show, Good Morning America, the Today Show, live in New York, David Muir, articles, op-eds, traveling, speaking.
Incredible.
I just did a graduation speech for a high school recently.
Good for you.
I have a nonprofit. I started a hauling company.
Wow.
And I continue to clean my city, which is Philadelphia. I've organized 85 cleanups and have picked up over 325 tons of trash in my city.
Wow.
And the fight continues. I work with legislators and elected officials to try to get more regulation and enforcement around illegal dumping and recycling and just doing a whole bunch of things to try to make Philadelphia the best city in the world.
Yeah, it's the power of positive energy that I feel from you. And I get criticized or I get told that I have the same, similar kind of, hey, you're almost overly optimistic, but I don't care what they say. I think we can do this together. We can make positive changes. We can affect positive change.
Wow. We don't have enough time to wait. COVID proved that there's not enough time to wait to do something. So every single day I'm trying to make impact.
And like you, I started social media right at the beginning of, or just before COVID. And I had never done anything like that before. And now I've got TikTok and all these things that's just going crazy. And people are talking about sustainable packaging. So it's like meant to be that we connected. And I'm really excited that Liz introduced us. So thank you. Well, how can we teach the next generation to stop littering? I know that's one of your guiding factors.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you just have to show them. Studies have shown that littering is a taught behavior.
Yep.
Children don't know how to litter until we teach them. So let's teach them or give them a positive interaction with waste and recycling versus the first thing they know is to throw something on the ground. I mean, we talked about it before off air. That's one of the reasons why I wrote my children's book is because, that age I'm targeting, pre-K to 4th, 5th grade, it just gives them a different perspective and a different interaction with waste and recycling that I didn't have. The first thing I learned about recycling or trash and stuff is, someone yelling at me, "Don't litter, don't do this on the ground."
Right.
And then at the same time, you have somebody telling you, "Oh, throw it on the ground. There's no trash can." So it's like, what? But that's why I wrote the book in a fun, light way for children to understand. Sanitation workers are cool, littering
Yep.
is bad, and we got to keep our community clean.
And we'll put a link to the book,
Okay.
how to buy the book at the bottom of the show notes, because we're going to be talking about this book for a long time. I think it's really important that we educate the next generation.
Yeah, no, I think to empower them with the thought processes of cleaning and keeping their community clean and not littering. Imagine the type of adults they'll grow into be,
100%. It's the key. We have to, it's unfortunately we can't solve all the problems here, while we're alive. So we got to figure out how to train the next group, and I spoke at my kids' school a few weeks ago too, and it was really fun to speak at an 8th grade graduation. It wasn't high school like you, and it wasn't the White House, but man, someday.
For sure. I see it.
Yeah, we got to go up the ranks, right? So tell us how you went from no social media account to the White House. What was the path there?
Okay, June 17th, I posted my first post as Ya Fav Trash Man, June 17th, 2020.
Yeah.
And I was just literally posting pictures of pals, giving information out. And that was the key for my Instagram, was that the information I was giving out was valuable, it was correct, and people started trusting it. So then maybe July, 400 sanitation workers went down with COVID. Right.
Wow.
We didn't have the correct PPE or cleaning supplies or anything. So what I did was, I was like, I have this. I mean, at this point, I had like 3,000 followers. I thought this was the cap of it. This was the tip of it. So I got to use all I got. So I started a T-shirt campaign. Started selling T-shirts for a fundraiser to raise money for PPE and cleaning supplies. And the news just ran with it. It was on awesome. Every single thing. Everything in Philadelphia had my T-shirt campaign. I was doing interviews. I had somebody follow me on the route, talking to me while I was walking in the rain. But I ended up selling 2,000 T-shirts and raising $40,000 in 4 weeks. And I was able to buy masks, buy cleaning supplies, and have it dropped off at the yard and given out, and everyone, And so then right after that, David Muir called, then Kelly Clarkson called. And then in December of 2020, the administration reached out and was like, hey, we're looking for an African-American union worker to talk about the Build Back Better plan. We think you fit the model. Yeah. Can you come in and interview, give us your thoughts about Biden and Harris? And, and next thing you know, I was doing a commercial for the administration. And then July 4th, 2021, I was invited as one of his special guests to have 4th of July on the South Lawn for a private barbecue.
Oh, did you get to bring your kids?
No, only brought one person. So
okay.
I took my manager.
Okay.
I took my manager who was very instrumental in helping me build the brand the way that it was. And yeah, we had 4th of July on the South Lawn of the White House.
Man, what a cool honor, and well-deserved. I think, like you said, we have to pick up the garbage. You're an essential worker, and you're well done. Well done. Kudos Thanks. To you. I'm very, very excited for you. Well, let's talk about this new book. Can you tell us about it?
Yeah, so it's called I'm Cool Too. And it comes from the fact that when I became a sanitation worker, my kids were clowning me. They didn't want me to pick them up from in front of the school. I had to park around the corner. My son was like, oh, my dad's a pilot. And he's a karate. He's a police officer. And I was like, wait a minute now. Like, my job is so important. You have no idea. But I didn't understand. So the book stems from the real conversations I had with my kids about how essential sanitation workers are to the community. And then I saw a light click on for all of them. So now they're super conscious of litter and super conscious of trash. And they're going to school and talking about starting a composting program and all these things. And I'm just like, if I can do it for a 10, 9, and 5-year-old, imagine what I can do for the world. So
that's a tough audience. Good for you.
At the same time, a woman named Paris had reached out to me and was like, hey, don't know if you ever thought about this, but I help people write children's books. And this, I was like, this is God sent. Got together. She was my project manager. The name of her company is called Empower Creative. And she helped me get through all my deadlines of writing this children's book. And then she helped me find a dope illustrator. And now the book is like 2 days from going to print. And awesome. To this date, we've pre-sold over 1,000 books already.
Oh,
but I didn't feel like that was enough. So I decided to donate $5 from every book sale to the public schools of my city. So at $5 of every book sales goes to the Philadelphia public schools.
Awesome. And what a smart way to gather attention for it. Such a good cause. And I saw the cover and was just totally impressed with it. So well done on the,
Deborah Tyson is an amazing illustrator in Delaware County, Pennsylvania. I can't, like you say, we can do it all together. I can't do this alone. So I have an amazing project management team who, you know, sometimes I go ghost and I'm doing 90 things at a time. And they like write on me like, hey, sir, you have some deadlines you need to make. But yeah, this book experience has been amazing because one of the other things I'm doing is, as a social media influencer, I'm always trying to figure out marketing and getting things out there, the word. And I decided to challenge 100 businesses to purchase 100 copies and donate them to a school or library of their choice.
I love that.
And I'm calling it One of the 100. And what that means is that businesses will get a customized trophy from me. They'll be mentioned in my press release. Their logo will be on a thank you postcard that goes out to everyone who's ever purchased the book. And then I'll highlight them across all my social media accounts starting in October. So all you have to do is purchase 100 books. But books are $20 a piece, so that's $2,000. And then they'll get them mailed to their house or their company, and they can distribute them however they see fit. But they'll have a trophy, press release, postcard, and social media. And then some of the businesses that are local that have been purchasing the books, they want to do like a little One of the 100 party. So
nice.
I might be later in the year be planning maybe a one of 100 party to say thank you to all the businesses that purchased 100 books. I even have some people that aren't businesses that are just like married couples. It's like, we're not a business. Here you go.
We want to help. Right. And like you said on your website, you can buy one book. You can buy 5, Right. So I think the ability for everyone to help, oftentimes I'll get asked, how can I help? How can I help the world be more sustainable? How can I help people do the right things with waste? And this is a great option.
In many ways, because not only does the book teach the children about, sanitation workers, littering, community, someone has to read it to them. So we're also doing is creating that time where we're not on our phones, not on social media, not watching TV, where we're together, we're sitting, and then there's actually a little game in the children's book. So there's some people who sponsored some stuff in the book. So there's little logos hidden throughout the book. And it becomes a scavenger hunt. And so what I did for those businesses is that at the end of the book, there's QR codes so that the parents can scan the QR codes and find out about these waste and recycling companies or sustainability companies who have their logo in the book.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, and I want to say right now, Sustainable Packaging with Corey Connors is going to be one of your companies donating to this book.
Oh, thank you.
We're going to be one of that 100. I want to get my QR code in there.
Oh, come on, let's do it.
We're in, man.
Let's do it.
We want to help you. We want to spread the word. And I think, listen, if you're listening, join us, join the group, and be a part of the solution.
Yeah, no, I just want to say thank you. I really appreciate it. Like when we met at Waste Expo, I automatically felt our synergy here. And I know you came to one of my panels and you came up to me afterwards, and I could tell that we were going to be talking again. And so, but you know, I really appreciate that, because I honestly really believe in this book. And I really think that it could really start conversations all around the world on how we look at sanitation workers, illegal dumping, litter, but most of all, community. How do we look at ourselves and our community? What are we doing in our community? Is it a positive impact? Is it a negative impact? And those conversations like my daughter talks about volunteering at 5.
I love that.
Because she volunteers with me to go do cleanups. So now at 5 and 6, at 9, at 10, you know, when you go into high school, well, what have you done? Well, I've done 10 community cleanups with my dad. I've picked up over 10 tons. Like, imagine what that high school application looks like now.
And that's the people that get hired, because their empathy, their giving spirit, their generosity. And I'm doing the same with my kids. I'm on the board for Candlelighters for Children with Cancer.
Oh, man.
And my kids will come up to me, hey, Dad, can we give this to the Candlelighters kids? You know, I got $10. I want to donate it. Like, whoa.
That's so dope. That's so dope, Corey.
It's like, man, like right here, like it's emotional as a parent.
No, because you can, not only do you feel, but you in real life see your impact on your children. Like, I lost my mother November 2020.
Sorry.
Right? No, thank you. But my mom was such a servant. Like, she just, that's where I get it from. She's such a servant. One of the things she did was she liked to like take my grandmother cooks huge meals. She liked to take excess food and feed the homeless. So out of nowhere, my 10-year-old, you know, called me and was like, Dad, I'm thinking about grandma. I'm really heavy and I'm sad and I miss her. And I want to do something to like help me remember her. And she said, can I start a nonprofit like you, but just feed the homeless? I have a 10-year-old wanting to start a nonprofit.
Amazing.
To feed the home. Like, I don't even care what she does in life. As long as she has those morals, I'm okay.
Yeah.
And
well done.
That's the type of children we want to raise. Those are the type of children. Those are the type of productive citizens that are going to figure out zero waste, that are going to figure out composting, that are going to figure out, you know, illegal dumping. Like, those are the type of kids, because they grew up in it.
Yeah. And they're gonna have that attitude of success. Like, I know that we can do this together if we work really hard and communicate with people around us.
And community.
Well done.
Build a community. That's my biggest thing. COVID stripped the world of that community aspect. You know, when I first started doing my cleanups, they were so widely attended. And I was like, well, why did 300 people show up to clean 3 blocks? And one woman literally said, it was like, I've been sitting in my house for 8 months. This is the only safe thing I can do, is come outside, wear a mask, and clean. And now I'm getting so many DMs like, hey, I found my realtor at your cleanup. Or, hey, I found a new buddy and we do cleanups all around the city now. And I have a friend that's like, I call him my trash ambassador. He's created a website. He's created a website where anybody doing a cleanup in Philadelphia can submit to this website. So all the cleanups are on one website. Like, since my cleanups, 20 mini groups have started in different parts of the city. So now we have like a Roxborough cleanup and a West North and a East and a South and a Popular Street cleanup. And all these people are now like, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. You know, and I say all the time, it's going to take all of us to change the world.
Yeah.
No one person can change the world. Everybody has to say yes to the change. And I'm in real life experiencing when people actually say yes to something you're passionate about, something you advocate for, something you educate about. Like it has shifted here in Philadelphia, and I think everywhere in the world can use this shift.
Yeah. Well, Terrill for president, I say. Is that next? You going into politics, sir? You'd be great at it.
Here's the thing. I'm not going to lie and say I'm not interested.
Okay.
Right? But the greatest thing a person can do is know themselves.
Yeah.
And I know myself.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a certain stigma or aura that has become normal for people in positions of power.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have that aura. I'm really down grassroots boots type of guy. And a lot of times it's a photo op and it's a talking and not doing. And it's a, and I am someone who I like to tell people when it's all said and done, right? I want everybody to say that your fave trash man, Terrill Haigler, was somebody who did and didn't just say.
Boom.
Right?
Mic drop. Yes. That's it.
So
I love that.
I don't know how effective I would be in the current state of politics.
Yeah.
You know?
Well said.
But I'll figure it out. I mean, we have some revolutionary politicians and people in positions of power that are shifting that aura. I shifted the narrative on sanitation workers. Maybe I'll shift the narratives on politicians. But for right now, I'm just really focusing on neighborhood cleanups, community advancement. Like my nonprofit, we do expungement clinics, food drives, coat drives, financial literacy, first-time home buyer seminars. I just came up with a new idea. So if anybody wants to help me, I want to do a community BYOB. And it's called Bring Your Own Bills. And what I want to do is I want to have community members bring their bills to my nonprofit, and by way of sponsorships and grants, my nonprofit is able to pay their bills.
Oh, amazing. And it's so needed with the inflation and with, gas prices, and it's more than ever.
One of the worst things as a sanitation worker is cleaning up an eviction. Those hurt the worst.
Yeah.
Because you see someone's whole life and you got to throw those hurt the worst. And it's because there's no resources. I tweeted the other day that everyday people don't have the resources to be everyday people.
Yeah. Yeah. I heard yesterday that over 40% of Americans have less than $1,000 in their bank account.
Wow.
They don't have a resource. They don't have a backup plan. And if the job goes away or the inflation hits, they're in trouble. And so, we got to help each other.
And so then let's talk about imagine their mindset when it comes to picking up trash in their neighborhood.
Right.
Do you think that's high on their list?
No.
They're not even eating. They're not paying their bills. Their children are home. And that's what I always say. Being environmentally conscious is a privilege.
Yeah.
It is. For a privilege.
Yeah. That's a great point. I interviewed my friend Chandru from South Africa, and he said the same thing. He said, Corey, people aren't really focused on that right now. And I said, wow. I just, like they're trying to put food on the table, but they're doing it. A lot of these people that live near him are picking up recycling and getting paid for it. Yeah. and getting paid well for it. And he said, it's pretty cool to see these families being able to support themselves while helping the environment.
No, so dope. And I mean, it's sad. But on the other side of that, it's people like you and I that have to keep banging the drum until it's heard everywhere that the way that we fix things is just the basics. It's resources, jobs, food, employment, I said jobs already, housing, education, public safety. And one of the main indicators of a community is how it looks, the beautification of it. Is there trees? Is there green spaces? Is there trash all over the place? Is there tires? Is there abandoned cars? Are there abandoned? Those for a reason, unbeknownst to me, dictate the flow of the community, you know? And so many studies have been done on it. So like, why I understand gun violence and mass shooting and all of that, but imagine if all those kids had a playground to go to instead of being stuck up in the house Googling how to build guns.
Right. Well, it sets a precedent. You know, oh, there's already garbage. Who cares, right? And you're making it acceptable. You're setting the bar low for people. And I think what you're doing is you're raising the bar for your community.
I got to. I tell people all the time, no one will start a trash pile, but everybody will add to it.
Yeah, well said. Well, thank you, sir. I really appreciate this.
No, thanks for having me.
You have my vote.
Can you even vote in Philadelphia?
No, but I can vote for the USA and someday.
I'll put that on the.
It's going to be a couple years, but we'll get you there. Yes.
We're friends now, so we'll be.
I love it. Well, thank you again. And thank you, Landsberg Aurora, for sponsoring this podcast. If you're listening, please be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next episode and give us a review. We really appreciate that. Thanks, Terrill.
No problem. And if anybody wants to find me, they can always find me on Instagram @_YA, F as in Frank, A as in Apple, V as in violin, Trashman, Ya Fav Trashman. And that's across all social media accounts, LinkedIn. And yeah, let's just change the world together.
I'll put all your links in the notes so people can just scroll up and click them.
Cool. All
All right, sir. Thank you.
No, thank you.